But for the remainder of the day, we've got to come in here and clear this bloody mess up, man. It's everywhere. I don't want to do it. It's cold and it's miserable. It's a horrible job. But if it don't rain tomorrow, I've got to put tow hitch on. So this lot needs sorting out and tidying up. My old shed is falling down slowly, and I ain't joking. It is. It's slowly starting to go. I've noticed in the 20 years I built this, the last recent few years, since I put that there, that's so heavy that the concrete is stuck to this concrete, and the shed is shifting. We've got a big gap. Now that originally butted up, but over the last sort of 2 to 3 years, this side of the shed has started to wallow over, and I think partly due to the weight I got out there and the fact that there's no structure at the back now. I've noticed that big old beam there. We've got some gaps going up over there as well. So yeah, we've got problems. Just trying to figure out really how's the best way to support this that don't fall. This beam isn't actually doing very much, and the strut up there is now coming off, so we've got to run a beam down to the ground to try and prop that back up. So the plan in this shed, I don't know if I've gone through it, but I want to move all of these over to there so I can get this area clear. The wood burner's going up for sale, chimney's coming down. The shelving over there is going, and we'll reutilise that somewhere else. We are not doing any more trikes, not unless someone asks for one, and it's a small motorcycle based trike. I'm not doing any more big car jobbies or anything like that. So space in here is going to be hard enough. I want to put a bike lift in somewhere around here. That bench there, actually it could go there, join it up against that one and go there. This lot's going. I'm going to sell everything on that shelf. It's not needed anymore. I don't think it will sell very quickly, but there's quite a lot of stuff in there that I don't use anymore, so, or have never used, to be honest. There's no point keeping it. So yeah, this bench has got to be cleared. I want to lose these cupboards and put something else up, but I need access to the back walls because you can see the water's coming through, and it's that wood's soft, so that again at some point is going to have to be torn off and replaced. But I might put a bit of time and effort into that wall, because I've chosen to use tin on that side because of the nature of the damage I've received. But over this side we've already got shiplap up on the roof line, so I'll probably shiplap all of that. We've also got that wall to deal with at some point that's rotted at the bottom. So at some point I think we'll be pulling that wall down completely, bringing it closer in so I can get down the side and then rebuilding it. There's a lot of rubbish in here that's not being used and will probably never be used, if I'm honest. So we'll have to go through it at some point. But this is the area we're starting. I'm going to take these masts down, load them up on my trailer, grab all the sails and all the little bits and bobs and take that up to a boatyard in Woodbridge, get rid of those. We don't need them. That will get me a quick sail, a quick few quid, including the oars. Don't need those. Somewhere around here some Rollocks, in those shelves somewhere, some Rollocks. It goes back to my boat building days when I was learning to build boats, and I was heavily into it, but I can't afford the moorings, so I tend to look at what I can't afford anymore. I don't touch, which is ironic, isn't it, because I'm building a very expensive motorhome to drive, and when I started it I could afford it, but now this pandemic has kind of crippled the country a bit, and everyone's blaming Brexit, but it isn't. It's a damn pandemic. Things have gone all wrong. Anyway, I'm not getting into politics. Day one. Although the benches are still full, and we've got to get to the back part as yet. We've got some wood piles to burn and cardboard to get rid of, but it was about 2 hours we spent in here, so we've got to get to the back here, clear that all out, all the way along there, and then we've got to work our way to the back and sort out what we don't want. 150 quid later, that's what you get. Hang on, I need my dog whining. Come on. Come in that old box. We've got all the electrics, including the override relay, nuts and bolts, all the bracketry. I'm not very impressed with the paint because it's chipped off in places where they haven't degreased properly. But check this welding out. I don't know who did that at the factory, and they're consistent, but they need a pay rise. Definitely, whoever did that needs a pay rise. So I'm pleased it's here. So now it's a case of shut up and get on with it. I've had to remove the bumper and the lights just so as I could get to two ready bolts here. One there and two there, which I've now removed, but they've left the nuts on the back welded. So I'm not sure how this is all going to go, to be honest, but we'll keep going. I've got to get that off because that destroyed itself because it's rotted out. In fact, while we're here, we'll put some WD on it. So yeah, that's where I've got it so far. It's done, fitted. I could show you from minute to minute, but I know that would bore the hell out of you. So we'll just do that shot. Just got to wire it up now, and that's for tomorrow. Right, I've just been sitting there watching Top Gear, and it's given me some inspiration. I did all that black, didn't I? I did all that black, and that was going to be black. You just heard me say it was. I think what we're going to do, because we're going to do that cab red, I think we're going to fill all of this in with red. All of it. We're going to do back round those windows in red, if I can get that to stick. And all that side trim that you see is going to be red. Wheel arches red, lockers red, all this back area red where the black is, and I think that will bring this into the 21st century. Don't know what to do about that roof. That paint is terrible and it's filthy dirty up there, and you just can't clean it because the stuff doesn't go off. So I'm probably going to have to wire brush that all back and paint some white over the top. But yeah, I think red will accompany this a lot better than the standard black that I've put on, because let's face it, it'd be boring. I don't know if you can hear this, but that is all fully wired up. That's the relay that was insisted that it had to be put in because of overloading. The electrics could shut the car down because of the smart intelligence of the ECUs and all that. I hate modern cars, I tell you, I hate them. You've got a relay in there, you have to take one big old fat live right down to the fuse box at the front. And what I think this does is it's got a series of relays, or one in there, I don't know which, but as each individual component is activated, the relay swings the live over to that live, so it doesn't take the lives off the lights or anything else and overload them. It has its own individual live. Now if I've done my job right, and I don't know if I have, because the Haynes manual, oh god, don't even get me started on that one, gave me all the colour codes, but when I went to the diagram, none of the colour codes matched up. I couldn't find them. So in the end, it was a test meter to all the individual wires until I found the correct one. And it said in the instructions of this thing to be very careful of that. No, it didn't. It said it in the Haynes manual to be very careful of doing that in case you deploy the seatbelt units and the airbags. So you can only do what you can do. I also found two wires stripped there, which I suspect was my kid's dog when he had it in the boot. I had the cage up and everything. And I also found a big wad of wires, which I think actually that might have been a factory fitted tow bar and plug, because what I do know, dealerships when they sell second-hand cars, is they take the tow hitches off and any evidence of it and throw them away, because they like to forge the fact that these haven't been used for towing, so the clutches last longer. That's the game they play, and they're a sod for it. They all do it. So I suspect that was a factory fitted or something. It was 7 wires all linked together with one big fat white wire. I can't for the life of me figure out what that would have been for, especially that big heavy duty wire. That's got to be tow hitch. So that's it, we're there. as long as that's wired up correctly, we're there, and we won't know that till we put a tow bar on and plug a light board into it, and then we'll know. And if we haven't, I'll be losing my rag. So with that in mind, we can now get back to the shed. First job I've got to do is fit some roof bars to that trailer. One's going to go there, one's going to go on the back. That's so I can lay all my wood and tin. I also need to find a way of hanging a flag off the back. The second thing to do trailer wise is, you can probably just make this out. There is an old caravan axle there, and I made that into a tow and dolly for a trike, but only ever got used once, and then it just got slung behind there. So I'm going to convert that and turn that into a motorcycle carrier, of which I haven't as yet figured out how I'm going to go about that. But what I do know is we've got loads of work to do, because we've now got to clear this half of the floor. I know, I'm a messy sod. I've got to clear all of that. I just want to get access to the floor at the moment, so we're going to clear all the floor. Once we've got rid of all of that, then we're going to clear that saw bench. We're going to clear those benches. We're going to pull this out, move it somewhere more convenient. We're going to sort the drawers out, because I know I can get more tools in there if I get those drawers sorted out, and put everything away properly. Once we've done that bit, I mean, we're here for a couple of weeks really. That shelf's got to come down, so everything on that shelf's got to be removed. It's not doing too well anyway, it's close to falling down, and when it does, it will take all the tools with it. Once we've done that, that will give us access to that entire wall, and I can then start repairing all the battens. We've got to literally knock off all the wooden clads that you see, and we'll then start hunting out. I think I'll get the tin first, but once I've got the tin, we'll get rid of the wood, and then we'll start putting the tin up. And then in the summer, we'll put loft insulation on that wall, and then we'll put hardboard over the top, just to stop the heat from the tin reflecting inwards and making this shed really, really hot. But we've also got a leaking roof, as you already know. We've got one sheet of plywood set aside. We've just got to get another 2 more bits. I do believe there is 3 sheets. I think there's 3 sheets of chipboard up there. I'm not 100%. No, there'll be 4 sheets up there. So I've got 4 sheets of ply in total to get my hands on. If it doesn't get thrown away, I've got 1 set aside already at someone's house that they don't want. So I've then got to just find another 3 more sheets, and at about roughly 25 quid a sheet, we should just about have enough money to get that roof covered. Well, I will admit, I thought we were done. Somewhere there's a wire wrong, because I've got everything else, brake lights, side lights, a lot. I just ain't got that indicator, and I don't think it's that. I've checked the bulb. Could be the plug, who knows, but I think it's probably more than likely my wiring. Not having much knowledge on this setup, I can't help feeling that the beeper change noise, you know, the tone, because they're both working now. I'll tell you what I did. I put it on that yellow wire, should have gone on that green wire. So I fluffed up there, at least I think that's what I was meant to do. I think the blue wire is my lights, because one of my lights went out and I forgot. Yeah, anyway, we're working. But on a single indicator, we do get a beep. It's very weird. As you can hear that. Okay. Right. I'd say that's complete. Now we've just got to tidy up. I think we're already at weight capacity on that. I've got this table to sort. We're dull in here. We've slowly worked our way to the back. It's absolutely amusing. Not amazing, amusing to how long I have left. I'm pretty ashamed of myself, I have to admit. All this wood's coming down, all the framework's staying. I've got to rebuild the frame, so I'm going to take some bits out in between where I can, or if not, I'm going to have to buy some new wood. I might actually end up using this stuff from the shelving and filling in and then redoing. We're going to cut the concrete because there's an overlap. We'll cut that as close to the wood as possible. And when we get the tin, we'll put, it's only 7 foot, this is 8 or more. So what we'll do is we'll lay it in, but we'll overlap it to the concrete so the water doesn't run down and come in anymore. And we'll cut several pieces in half and then put them along the top, nail them in with the proper nails, and that should be enough to withstand what it needs to withstand. Then we need to get up on the roof. You can see where the cats are falling through. They've been jumping up and gone through in 2 places. The beams are still salvageable, thank God, but the rest of it isn't. So we've got 1 piece of ply to pick up very soon. We've got some clear corrugated plastic as well, so we're going to make a lean-to behind that area there. I'll cut a hole out for a door so we can walk through there and through the other side. So there'll be a lean-to there. I'm just hoping that it'll be strong enough to take the wind. We've got a tree to get rid of behind there. And well, that's that really, isn't it? We're just getting rid of the wood now. Lots of offcuts lying around. Bought this bin ages back, so I'm almost there. There was a big pile and I've been at it about 2.5 hours. There's still more to do, but that all needs cutting back to smaller sections. So what we're doing next time, next video, let's have a look, because it's all about the shed next time round. I've got a friend who's come around to move that lorry for me. I can do it, but I've lost my confidence with it, so, and I want him to have a little crack at it as well, because I want to see how good of a driver he is. God help me if he smashes into any walls though. Anyway, so next video, we're going to shift all this now, move that. We'll leave that where it is for the moment, it's not in my way. And then we're going to clear this entire shelving unit, and I'm going to try and move it somewhere over here, maybe stack it up here, but we need to get it out of the way of over there. Once that's been done, we'll shift the lorry. I'll film that. He's not happy about it, but tough. We'll film that, and then we'll go and get my iron sheets that we spoke about, and then we'll start knocking out all the wood. That thicker stuff there, I think I might keep that for shelving, but the rest of it, the chipboard, that can go. That's all soggy and naff, and we'll burn that. And any rotten battens, I'll get some more battens where I need them and go from there. So that is, it really is, this is it now for definite. Progress has moved forward quite fast since that tow hitch has gone on. We're a long way from where I want to get this though. I want that shelving unit there destroyed and gone. I want to get rid of all the bits and bobs in there as well. I don't need them, I'm never going to use them. Colchester lathe parts, I think, most of it. And then we'll go through all this lot, see what we're keeping and what we're going to chuck and what we're going to sell. I don't need the money for the reason why I'm getting rid of it. I need the space. I do need money because I've got to find materials, but the roof is going to be the hard one, expensive one. So anyway, that's that. So thanks for your thumbs up, thanks for your views, thank you very much for your support. It's really grateful. Oh, it's lovely and warm here. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.